Welcome back into Sports Drive. I mentioned earlier in the show we would be talking about Amarillo College baseball. We'll be doing that right now. Joining me is Duncan Bowles, freshman pitcher for the Amarillo College Badgers. Duncan, thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I mentioned earlier in the show, I kind of teased and I said that we would have a local pitcher coming on the show who obviously, if any of our viewers watch this show, they were certainly tuned in to your playoff run last year with the Randall Raiders. You guys had one of the best seasons, if not the best season, in the Panhandle and the baseball scene. Talk to me a little bit about what that was like and what led you to stay in the Panhandle and play at AC.
You know, it's just a bunch of fun every single day, you know, just getting to hang around with my buddies, you know. So we really looked at it as more than just a game, you know. We looked at it more like, you know, a family aspect. So hanging out every day, just enjoying ourselves, just enjoying the time, you know, with coaches and everyone on the staff. And so at the end of the day, you know, it wasn't really baseball, you know, it was really just like a really tight bond. So, you know, getting to go very far in the playoffs, you know, it's really, it was really a true blessing, you know. And getting to stay in the Panhandle, that's another thing too. So getting to stay in my hometown and pitch at a great stadium, you know, that was you know, no-brainer right there.
Yeah, of course. You know, this is obviously the Badgers play at Hodgetown, one of the better stadiums that any team will play in at the junior college level. Better than most of the stadiums that a lot of teams play in at the Division II or even some Division I levels, obviously being that it's a AA baseball stadium for the Sod Poodles. You mentioned that it felt a little bit less like baseball and more just like hanging out with your buddies a little bit. You get to have one of your buddies on your team in Peyton Bush now on the Badgers. Talk to me about what that's like, getting to play with somebody that you played with in high school.
Right, yeah, it's super awesome, you know, just continuing the bond from last year, like I said, you know, staying super close and just it helps a lot, you know, with whether it's schoolwork or working out, you know, still pushing each other in the right direction. And you know, it's really great time on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, when it comes to playing in Hodgetown, that's something that obviously is one of the draws for, I think, any Amarillo College baseball player who chooses to play at AC and be a Badger. That being said, you've played in Hodgetown before, if I'm not mistaken, at least Randall and Amarillo High. I know that game last year was at Hodgetown. Talk to me about, you know, what that was like for you, and are you excited to continue playing in that ballpark?
Right, yeah. So Hodgetown, it's definitely a really nice stadium, you know, AA stadium, like you said. So there's not a lot that beats it, you know. So pitching on the mound, you know, a very well-maintained mound. There's very few flaws with the whole thing. So, I mean, playing there, it's as good as it's going to get, you know. So pitching there last year, I just was looking forward to this season, you know, getting to play there every single game almost. So I'm looking forward to it. The team's looking forward to it. And I think it's just going to be a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything in particular when you look at the Amarillo College baseball schedule that you have coming up? Is there anything in particular that you're most excited for when it comes to playing for the Badgers?
I'm just ready to get on the field again. You know, I mean, we had a pretty lengthy fall schedule. We had a few games, roughly, I want to say like 30, give or take. But I'm just ready to get back out on the mound, start pitching again. You know, just compete with the guys.
Yeah, you know, one thing that is interesting to me about your case in particular is when you have that transition from senior year of high school to college, it's always different. It's different for everyone, regardless of whether you play sports or not. There's that transition is always something that everyone goes through whenever you leave high school and go to college. That being said, it's a little bit different in your case, being that you got to stay in Amarillo. But still, that being said, the transition from being a Randall Raider to an Amarillo College Badger, two different programs, run differently, obviously at different levels. Talk to me about what that transition was like for you and how you feel about it now that you're, you know, on the tail end of it, getting ready to start your first season.
You know, it was definitely different at first, but you know, like coming into a new program, you know, there's definitely going to be dudes who are bigger than you, stronger than you, faster than you, throw harder than you, who are just better than you, you know. So I mean, I think that's what makes it fun about, you know, competing for a spot, you know, competing to prove, you know, yourself and just to prove that your work's paying off and that you're putting in the work, you know. So it's definitely an eye-opening moment, you know, just coming to junior college level and just seeing all these guys from all over Texas. We have a couple from New Mexico, from Oklahoma. So, you know, it was definitely cool seeing all these people come around back to the Panhandle, to my hometown. But I'd say it was just a lot of fun, right at the start. We all meshed together really well. It started a really good, like I said about Randy, like a family bond. And so within a week or 2 weeks, we had the same thing going for our Badger team.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's it been like playing under Coach Raines? Obviously, he took the helm of that program in year one, did some great things with it in the first year. Now, obviously, anyone who's played sports knows that going from one coach to another transition, that can sometimes take adapting. Different coaches coach different ways. Different teams will practice different ways. What has that transition been like, and what's it been like to learn under Coach Raines?
It's a great experience. I love him as a coach, and I just like everything he's about. So. I'd say he's more laid back. He's not going to yell at you or melt your face off or anything, but he's definitely going to coach you hard, and he expects the best out of you. That's why he recruited you to come to his program and everything. So I definitely believe he's a really good coach, and I know he's going to lead us, and teach us very well.
One of the things about Amarillo College, I think that sets it apart from other colleges at its level when it comes to recruiting is the facilities. Obviously, we talk about Hodgetown plenty for the baseball team. That is absolutely phenomenal. To get to play in a AA stadium as your home stadium, that's a really special thing. Most opponents will not have something like that at the junior college level. It's very, very special, but also more facilities being opened up on the campus of Amarillo College for the athletes. The college is clearly pouring quite a lot of effort, pouring quite a lot of money into their athletics program. Talk to me about what that's like from your perspective. You're able to kind of be in the middle of it as an athlete. You're one of the people that Amarillo College is, individually investing in, especially even with just recently announcing their new partnership with Open Doors, offering NIL deals for you guys. Talk to me about what that's like and having, all of these nice facilities for you guys at the junior college level. Very, very much, in my opinion, I think it's a treat for a lot of junior college athletes.
Most definitely, yeah. So I'd say our weight room is second to none. We have brand new power racks, equipment. Everything we have is, just got open. So everything's brand new. We have access to everything. We have access to the gyms, the basketball courts, and all that. So I believe, it just helps us in our, our baseball training and everything. But, alongside of our other programs that we have here, like volleyball and cross country, getting to live here. And also our sponsorship by Plains Dairy, we get a workout and then right after, refuel with some chocolate milk, so that's really cool. And I'm just grateful to be here, in this super nice facilities and all these nice programs.
Yeah, it's certainly a special place to be. Duncan, want to appreciate you coming on the show. Before I let you go, I got one more question for you. It's not baseball related, something that I'm going to start asking over the course of the next couple of days on this show. Do you have any favorite Christmas traditions? Because Christmas rolling around, obviously holiday season, everybody is excited for it. Obviously the weather right now is a little dreary, but that being said, the cold has already set in as well here in the Panhandle. Do you have any favorite Christmas traditions that you're personally looking forward to?
Christmas traditions, I'd say definitely going to look at Christmas nights. That's my favorite. Definitely
the favorite
right there.
Spots around Amarillo that you like to go for that?
I like the Colonies a lot. The Colonies is pretty nice. And then just right over here across from AC, they have a lot of really good Christmas lights too. So those are definitely two spots I'll be at.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of my favorites as well. Having grown up in the Panhandle, we always did that. There's always a lot of great decorations out around town. Duncan, once again, thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you on the Badgers this year and looking forward to covering Amarillo College baseball. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Sports Drive right after this break.